This is Sandy. She's an acquaintance of mine.
Milton, what is this?
This is an alien from space, I suppose.
Jules is one of those films that you can sort of see why someone might have wanted to make it. You just can't see why anyone let them. It opens in small-town America, in fact, the town hall of a small town where the only people who come to watch democracy in action are elderly retirees, like Milton.
I think that we ought to change our town slogan. A great place to call home is confusing. I suggest a great place to refer to as home.
Milton is played by Sir Ben Kingsley in a rather exotic curly wig for some reason. Each council session, he and several other senior citizens get up and share their reckons. They tend to be the same ones until one day...
We need a crosswalk on Trent Avenue between Frost and Allegheny. And also... Oh, my.
Until one day, Milton startles the council and spectators with a new complaint. Something crash-landed into his back garden, and what's the council planning to do about it? The other regulars think that Milton has quietly lost his marbles.
A UFO has crashed in my backyard, has taken out my azaleas, and destroyed my bird bath.
When you talk like that, it makes them all take us less seriously.
Did you just say UFO?
But has he really? Sweet little old lady Sandy comes to visit and is shocked to discover Milton really does have an extraterrestrial visitor staying over. He's small, docile, and looks like every strange visitor from outer space you've ever seen in this sort of movie.
Good Christ, what is that?
You remember the spaceship? This is the little man who came out of it.
He's got to be a secret. Don't tell anybody.
Well, hold that thought. Now, if there's a sweet little old lady in the picture, that presupposes there's going to be a sour little old lady. And here she comes, Joyce, played by Jane Curtin, who people with long memories may remember as part of the first ever cast of Saturday Night Live.
Can't touch him.
She shouldn't know.
We got to trust her. There's nothing else we can do.
I could kill her.
Kill me? You can't kill me. I'll kill you. That's what I'll do. Guys, stop it.
Producer and director Mark Turtletaub seems to think this is all you need as the premise of a movie. 3 lovable senior citizens, crusty Milton, sassy Joyce, and sweetly supportive Sandy. And this is what happens when an alien comes to visit. What more do you want?
And he's just sitting on your couch.
Yeah? He's very friendly. He watches whatever I watch. He's undemanding.
Oh, my Lord, I think I need to sit down.
What more do we want? Well, form an orderly queue, I'd say. E.T. gave us likeable kids in a zippy Spielberg plot. Cocoon, the most obvious blueprint, offered heart, comedy, and the promise of eternal youth. Mork and Mindy starred a young Robin Williams. And last week's Asteroid City blended Wes Anderson's unique vision with the best cast of the year.
You think we can call him Jules?
He's no Jules. He's more of a Gary.
Your dad was in here earlier. He said he was buying apples for an alien.
Like an illegal alien?
By contrast, this take on the old story doesn't seem to know what it is, despite any amount of examples to draw on. For want of anything better, it first suggests funny names. Jules or Gary. Is that the best you can come up with? Also a bunch of drawings of cats from the alien who came to dinner.
Thank you for the picture. He hands them to me all the time.
Maybe he's trying to tell you something.
Dad, come on. I'm worried. What you have said has not been normal.
I'm okay.
How can you say that when you're buying apples for an alien?
Eventually, Jules the movie realises that 3 sketchy characters sharing a sofa with a small mute being watching CSI on television is shortly going to wear out its welcome. So it throws in Milton's daughter Denise, purely as motivation for lines like, "Here comes Denise, quick, Jules, hide in the closet."
We will break the sky wide open. Jules has come to mean quite a bit to us.
It's about Dad buying apples for an alien.
And there's also the vague threat that the authorities may want to get their hands on any stray ETs, you know, the way they always do in this sort of movie. I'm not sure whether it makes it more or less appealing that Sandy regularly points out that they always do it in this sort of movie. I mean, there's meta and there's just unimaginative.
The government is searching for a security satellite that crashed.
Any moment we waste is a moment they can discover him.
You've seen the movies. You know what happens to these guys when they fall to earth.
Mainly what's wrong with Jules is that it's an old Twilight Zone episode stretched beyond its capabilities. And the Twilight Zone had certain advantages that Jules doesn't, aside from being a tight, punchy 25 minutes long. Back in 1960, they hadn't been done to death by every man and his dog trying to be the next Twilight Zone.
National security, open the door! They're coming!
Us four hanging out together.
We get along pretty well.
We're so thankful for you.
But the other thing letting down Jules is Jules himself, bland, featureless and mute. He's something for Milton, Joyce and Sandy to adopt for a while like a robot companion, but really there's nothing there.
You got me.
What the